Hey guys, welcome to Jones Inn. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I'm making this video tonight because I've been doing a lot of research between AWP and Sam the Adventure Man. Shortly after Jared started AWP, Sam joined as a volunteer and helped make AWP what it is today. So it had me wondering, what's up? Like, why did he leave AWP? So I did some digging around and found the original video on Sam the Adventure Man's page that is now privated. It's pretty much just explaining why he had a hard time staying there and chose to leave. Or was kind of kicked out, depending on which way you look at it. So I found the video as well as a panel that he joined to have a discussion with another YouTuber. And he pretty much says the same thing in each video, but I wanted to add them just to make sure the similarities matched up. And that, he said the same thing in both interviews. I would also encourage you to take a moment to decide if you think that AWP and how they handled this Kylie Rodney situation was too commercialized, too dramatic, or was it done just simply out of the kindness of their hearts? Or if you think they are right to commercialize what they're doing. AWP has definitely received some criticism of adding to the drama of the Kylie Rodney case, adding to the suspicions, especially when they introduced the road assistance guy. So this first article that I'm going to share before we move on to Sam is an interview that Doug gave The Sun in regards to the criticism they've been receiving. Lake mystery divers who found missing teen Kylie Rodney's body break silence on murder conspiracies following suspicious car death. The Adventures with Purpose crew traveled from Oregon after being alerted about the case and managed to locate her vehicle in Prosser Reservoir using sonar technology. They have been criticized for interviewing an alleged witness named Nick who appeared to describe seeing Kylie with a boy in a black San Francisco Giants ball cap facing forwards. Her boyfriend, Jagger Westfall, was seen in a Fox TV interview wearing a black Giants cap, but has vehemently denied he ever attended the party amid online abuse. Nick, who works for an unnamed roadside assistance company, claimed to have helped who he believed was Kylie and a mystery boy after her car broke down. He alleged it was either Friday, August 5th, or the day after when the search began, and said he was suspicious of the boy she was with near Boca Reservoir. This week, Nevada County Sheriff's Office revealed they interviewed Jagger early on in the investigation and say he is not a person of interest after quickly ruling him out. But they have refused to comment on whether they believe foul play was involved amid a full investigation. Now, Doug Bishop, a key member of Adventures with Purpose, has spoken exclusively to the U.S. Sun about the case and the rumors surrounding Kylie's boyfriend. As far as the young man by the name of Jagger is concerned, we never mentioned his name, Bishop told the U.S. Sun. And the hat that was referred to that I think everyone is trying to draw to him, there are millions of those hats that are sold. As an organization, we do not consider anything like that to be possible. He's not a suspect, and we never named him as a suspect whatsoever. Now, those conclusions are being drawn, and it's unfortunate, but the FBI has completely ruled him out. Obviously, we don't want there to be any unnecessary harm on anybody. That's not being done by us. This case was in national headlines and being covered by web sleuths before we even came to town. The main thing that the public needs to understand is we have never named that young man, nor will we ever. A source said Westfall was annoyed with Adventures with Purpose, putting out the YouTube video, How We Found Kylie Rodney. Murder or accident, as he has since received death threats. He thinks the video was for clout, and he got so much hate on social media, the pal told the U.S. Sun. Jagger feels they made a mockery of this terrible accident. It disgusts him, and he's made it known. Kylie's family is supporting him. They do not think he was involved, and he is even living with them at the moment. He, Jagger, has proof he has handed to law enforcement that shows he was not even in the area. He was driving back from Napa Valley when this man allegedly saw Kylie. Jagger believes it was an accident, that she turned too fast while she was intoxicated and ended up in the water. Bishop said they did their background work on witness Nick and still stand by him 100%, but admit there is a possibility Kylie may have been with someone else or it wasn't her at all. He said the majority of what they uncovered in Truckee and while speaking with Nick has been held back until the investigation is complete, but they do not yet know if it's relevant. The alleged witness has spoken to police, but it is unknown if he has provided any video or photographic evidence of the couple he encountered in Boca. He previously told Bishop there were cameras on his vehicle at the time, but that he didn't have access to the footage, adding that the boy in question was wearing a white bro tank. Bishop admits he's not convinced yet that Kylie simply drove into the reservoir alone after she was found in the back of her submerged vehicle with one of the windows smashed. I think it's suspicious, but it's now in the hands of some of the best professionals in the world, and we have to wait patiently, he said. As much as we deem the entire thing to be suspicious, it very well could just be an accident. He added that whatever the conclusion is, it could result in an online storm as many continue to speculate what happened to her and whether anyone else was involved. Bishop said their top-of-the-range equipment, which was better than what law enforcement was using, was the reason they located Kylie in the reservoir. We specialize in something that they do not, so it's not a knock on them, it's just unfortunate. He added that if it is revealed foul play was involved, or the results are inconclusive, he fears the public will blame law enforcement. Bishop insists Adventures with Purpose are not headline chasers and that the interviews they do are to get answers and not to generate views on YouTube. It would far benefit us to be controversial, but that's not how we operate, he told the U.S. Sun. We really care about what we do. We really care about helping families, and we're going to keep doing what we do. Bishop added, I'm not trying to make anything harder on them than it needs to be. Kylie's cause of death has not yet been confirmed due to a wait for toxicology results, sheriffs told the U.S. Sun. Asked about the autopsy report, law enforcement provided a statement that read, the Nevada County Sheriff's Office does have possession of records responsive to your request. It should be noted, however, that the investigation is not complete and is considered ongoing at this time. Once the investigation is complete, the release will be pursuant to all privileges and or exemptions that may apply. We expect the investigation review and redaction process to be completed by November 1st, 2022. They added that if the records are still not available in 2 months, they will further advise the media of a new date they may be released. Now that we're at the end of the article, I would really like to know what you guys think. Do you think that AWP incriminated Jagger as a means to provide drama for their video? Or do you think it was unintentional? For God's sake, every teen boy out there looks the same, it seems. Kind of like the girls, they all look the same. I think they have their own beliefs about the Kylie Rodney situation, but they have to be careful not to incriminate people, especially when it's based off of their beliefs. Now let's make our way on over to Sam the Adventure Man and why he left AWP.
I don't want any whatsoever AWP bashing. I'm incredibly grateful, for my time with them, with Jared, and it was amazing. We really did do some amazing things, but a lot of the stuff that was going on behind the scenes just didn't sit right with me. A lot of what seemed to be people's motives also didn't sit right with me. In my opinion, with all the money that's come in, I thoroughly believe that you could probably fund 10 AWPs. With the whole bit, the trailer, the gear, just everything. I don't feel that the money is actually being used appropriately. Like the image of being broke is constantly put out there and put in the public's face, saying, hey, we're broke, we need tires, we need you to send money so that we can get tires so we can go help this family. When, from everything that I saw, that's clearly not the case. And the image of being broke, it's being used as a vehicle, in my opinion, to get more donations. And that's how, this has mostly been funded.
We are Adventurers of Purpose that travels the U.S. for free to help these families. We volunteer our time and our services for these families. And we're able to survive and do this on donations and with your likes and with the YouTube platform and with sponsorships from time to time. So that way we can cover the expenses it takes. So some people want to say that we're bad people for traveling the U.S. and that we're not really volunteers.
And also, shoving cameras in the face of people who are at their lowest point in their life. And then being in a situation where they're constantly seeing that image of either them or their loved one constantly being marketed.
I'm just going to hang back and see. I'm going to come up and ask. So I'm going with a no. She didn't answer, but I'm not going to go over there until Jared gives me the signal.
That to me does not sit right. That is not good with my heart whatsoever. I believe that my heart was used to put out this beautiful image to the world, but in my opinion, it's just an image. So shoving the cameras in people's faces, that wasn't good for me.
Judy, just to confirm, is it okay if I go live and bring? They've been following us this
long. Time and time again, through various different medias, their loved one being paraded as if there's some hunting trophy.
That's going to be my last time I can. That's going to be my last time I can. That's going to be my last time I can.
How I've seen people treated in our group. Within our group, how I saw people treated. That was not good, in my opinion, and also the treatment of others. In my view, that things were not all that good. And I just wanted to say, I've been silent, for like the last, month, almost 5 weeks. I just had to take a moment, get my thoughts together, figure out, how do I even, present this to the world. Some legal counsel was sought, to understand, the wording and how to say things correctly, because I don't want to find myself in a lawsuit. But let me see if Jared even respects me. Let's see if he respects me. I think maybe about 8 months ago, I really don't know, he started putting out images of me and a few other people in his stickers and pins and different things, and he was selling these things. He never asked me. He never cleared it with me. He never said, hey, Sam, do you mind? But, I let it go because, to me that wasn't really that big of a deal, and I'm sure he was probably only making, a few $100, off of that, just my image alone. And then, and so I reached out to him. This was me testing the waters. I reached out to him to test the waters, saying, "Hey, hey, Jared. I'm not really, I'm a volunteer. I'm not making any money. things are tight. I have kids. I love helping people, but I need to make a little something. As a volunteering with him for over 2 years, helping him bring 8 people home, but more than that, helping his business grow and thrive. I felt that it was it wasn't like a wild conversation for me to have with him, saying, "Hey, Jared, can I have a piece of the pie?" But it wasn't like any piece of the pie. It was specifically the piece that had my face on it, the stickers and the pins, and not the whole piece, just a portion. And his response to me was very curt, very short. He didn't speak to me as a friend that I've known for 2 years. He spoke to me as let's end this relationship here and now. Best regards, Jared. In fact, those were his words. Let's end this relationship here and now. I seen him on YouTube, and just like many of you, I reached out to him to volunteer. And I told him, hey, I've been doing search and recovery. I'm a rescue captain. I have these skills. I'd love to put my skills, to use. And so, yeah, so that was my, introduction to Jared. And then after, years, I thought, man, maybe let's see if he respects me in this matter. But he said, no, he just dropped me. he dropped me hard and fast. And it's like, wow. But I wasn't surprised, because in that time I'd seen him do that with many other people. And my hope in putting this out is actually, talking to you, Jared. I know you're watching this. I know your people are watching this, man. I love you, dude. I still love you. You're doing great things in the world, man. You have so much potential, so much capability. You're skilled, you're smart, you're brilliant, man. But you and I, man, we know where we're coming from here. We know our motives. But I don't know, just maybe try coming over to the motives of love, man. I'm telling you, brother, from me to you, man, I love you, and I hope that this will strike a chord with you. And I hope that it'll help you and your people level up to where all that money can truly be used for good. Anyway, I don't know, what do you think, Dan? Do you think I covered everything? But brother to brother, it'd be wrong for me to not call you out on this. I tried in private, I tried amongst our group, and now this is the bigger group. But not only is this the bigger group, these people also, they needed to know what was going on, brother. Everybody makes mistakes. But let's see if we can get that back on track. Or that they need encouragement. They need to be encouraged in the right way. I love those dudes. And I really, this was hard. But for me, it just got too commercial. Too commercial.
Because of you guys.
We wouldn't be here without him. So, thank you for being here.
You guys put us in this position. Everybody that supports us, y'all put us in this position. We wouldn't be able to afford to do this if it wasn't for you.
Actually trying to not raise money. I've been working on a regular job trying to save money. That way I can get some lift bags and maybe, go help families and actually help families in my way, in a clean way. Just, just show up, give them the dignity, give them the respect. If anything is to be filmed, it'll just be functionality only. In fact, truthfully, I'm not even comfortable making those videos. I'd love to figure out a way to, leverage social media to make money. But I really don't want to make the videos that, show, the family's grief. I just maybe functionality, like, okay, guys, here's the sonar, here's how this works. We just located, but even that, sounds, I've really struggled actually with trying to figure out, how to, use YouTube in that way. Because I disagree with the whole idea of, making, the videos to begin with.
I would recommend this is not a part of that. It's going to be my last memory. I'm Doug. Who are you with?
I know that if you tell a compelling story, people will watch it. However, it's not everything needs to be watched. I believe that someone's passing. It's a very sacred thing, and it's sacred to the people that are left behind. It needs to be handled with the utmost dignity and respect. And so, But the fact of the matter is that they're in a desperate state. I feel like they're getting preyed upon. Like I said, I don't want to parade people's misery in front of others. That's not right. I was with them. They were not doing that. They were just showing up and doing it. But after I left, when I left, it was like a bomb went off. I know. Just one second. Sorry, I was getting a drink of water. Anyway, so when I left, it was like a bomb went off for them. They lost, like 100,000s, and they lost a lot of subscribers. They lost a lot of monetization through memberships. So I do know that with me leaving, it forced them to look at things differently, and so they had to make some changes. And I'm of the understanding that there was a guy that was promised work with them, and he had to sign like a non-disclosure form, saying that that he wouldn't speak on anything. So to me, it sounds like they're getting up. They're getting up to They're starting to pass. They might be passing off forms. I don't know. They're certainly starting to make the legal steps to protect themselves. So I had become incredibly disenchanted with everything that was going on. I had everything we've spoken about. I became incredibly disenchanted with it. And it was actually, I wanted to see if Jared would respect me. And so I was like, all right, well, does this guy even respect me? And so I told him, I said, hey, man, I'm really struggling financially, and I've been helping you out. I'd like to get like a little portion of, the proceeds, from the things that have my face on it. And his reply was, it was very curt and short. And hey, let's end this relationship here and now. Definitely instrumental in the team. And, and most people looked at it as me and Jared at the time and Dan, the cameraman. So it was us three when it first started. And, just a way for him to try to make money. But like I said, when I brought it to him as like a gut check, his response was like, pretty much that's in our relationship here and now. And truthfully, I think by that time he caught on to the fact that I was becoming disenchanted, because I lost all kinds of heart, and I wasn't calling him, I wasn't trying to, texting him like I was, and I was just like, this guy, I was just really starting to, remove myself from the whole entire circumstance. But Dan, reached out to me, and we had spoken, and we both agreed that, we need to wash our hands, of our part in Adventures with Purpose, and that's when we made our video, where we talked about the truth of Adventures with Purpose. As far as what it is today and how it is today, I think that they may have learned some things, and they've changed some things, but at the core of it, they're still, telling these heart-wrenching stories, and they're capitalizing off of people's pain, which, it's not right. Like I said, I'm not against people making money, and I want to be clear about that. I'm not against people making money. I'm not against people making a lot of money, but I am against people capitalizing off of others' pain, as well as presenting a false image. Adventures with Purpose is owned by Travaria Media, and that's 100% a business. Jared's belief is that social media, he believes it's a show, and he believes that he's doing everything under the guise of, well, this is a show. And since this is a show, I can say and I can do it and I can anything I want. Just like when he was doing the Patty Mayo show, he was able to have police cars that looked like actual police cars. And well, most people would say that hey, you guys are impersonating officers. But he was able to get away with it because it was under the guidelines of this is for this show. It's part of the. I don't know what the law says on it. That's pretty much what the idea is. So if you're doing something saying, oh, well, we're creating a show, then you can get away with just about anything. So in his mind, in his heart, he believes that he's not doing anything wrong because he's putting out a show. Everyone buys into it. Jared, he does throw a lot of money back into his project. He has excellent editors. He has good marketing. Like I said, it's just, I think, I have no idea. I don't know how to stop them, or guide them in a different direction. Like I said, Jared all of a sudden had an aha moment and said, man, I've really been a scumbag. I need to come clean, and he comes clean. The guy has skills. I think Adventures of Purpose was certainly leading the charge in this, and then many other social media outlets latched onto it. So I think, Adventures with Purpose was leading the charge, but there's so much more to it. Like if you Google Kylie's name now, or you type it into the YouTube search bar, there's going to be so many things that pop up. And I think, and like I said, it's the hot story now. Mm-hmm. And they're just trying to capitalize on it.
So what do you guys think? Do you think AWP is capitalizing on these missing people? Do you think they're greedy? Do you think it's all about money? Or should they be given the benefit of the doubt? Like, okay, some of the videos are a little dramatic, but maybe they are just sensitive men and it's a tough situation. I don't really have an opinion either way. I love Adventures with Purpose and I love what they do. But I agree that the theatrics of the video can be a little overwhelming sometimes. One thing I can say that I think we will all agree on is that what they do is important. And I only hope that Sam and Jared and the team can come back together and help each other help other families. Thanks for watching. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, because once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I can start holding panels, which in turn will allow open discussions. Thanks so much, guys.